welcome back to yet another final reveal. This one is quite exquisite. Today we are in Siokimau and we'll be talking to you about all the small intricate details that we've done for this particular property.
I understand that these are 4-bedroom townhouses?
Exactly, 4-bedroom.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it is 3 stories, so that is quite interesting because most of the houses that I've been able to see, you know, in this type of development tend to be like 2 stories. So
Right.
having 3 stories really gave us that leeway to like really play around with different things.
Fantastic.
And I actually want to acknowledge the contractors and, you know, the architects who actually built these properties, because I have to say that they make our work coming in to beautify these spaces so much easier. This house in particular, we didn't have to do any demolishing or, you know, a lot of construction work. So it made our job really be able to like focus on just beautifying an already gorgeous structure. So I just have to say, we have to acknowledge the people who actually build the properties.
Maybe we can start with the outside.
Definitely, I want to start off from this side.
Okay.
I just like that, you know, there was a thought to have some natural elements right from the get-go. So it's beautiful, you can see the variety of flowers, but then you can see majority of the section here is cabro.
Right.
Yes, which I think just, you know, it's one of the main reasons they thought, let's add something natural over to the sides. Yeah, these are just features that we've added in to really make this house feel more unique. And I want you to note the little, you know, rustic, antique elements in the light, because that will play a role later in the house, because we've done such details on purpose to the specification of the client.
Okay, I like this. I mean, this is actually where the water meter is held, but it doesn't look like that. It looks like a very nice, beautiful compartment, but actually that's where the water meter is.
Yeah,
very nice.
They can look quite garish.
Right.
So if you're going to beautify, you don't want to have that just staring at you. So yeah, we concealed it and just made the whole area very beautiful.
Nice.
Yeah.
So it's a nice creative touch.
Yeah.
And this area, it looks like some kind of a landing, because you wouldn't find a picture or art on the outside of the house as you come in, because I assume this is parking for you know, at least 2 cars. I think 2 cars can fit here quite nicely. And if there are no cars, someone can maybe use this space for an event to host people.
Yeah.
You know.
So it does make an impact in each of these spaces that we choose to put such artwork on the outside. Again, it's just a part of making the house stand out, beautifying the exterior, so we don't just leave it bland. Something like that just kind of lets you know, like, we really do pay attention to every aspect of a property when we're decorating it. So that is one of the main features of having this beautiful artwork right at the entrance.
I like it. It continues the feeling of welcoming you to the house.
Exactly.
So whether you're inside or you're outside, you don't feel like you're too far removed from the experience.
Yeah. So I think from here we can go inside and actually see the main event.
After you.
Okay, thank you. Welcome.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah, it's very beautiful.
Very, very beautiful.
And I think, you know, we can't really move away from the entrance.
No.
Because you can obviously see there's been effort put into just this first step into the house.
There's so much to talk about, Cynthia.
Exactly.
The marble into the wood effect, the light, this little bit of molding here, this element that welcomes you, that mirror, that beautiful light work. There's so much to talk about.
The thought process was, we want you to feel very bright when you come in, very welcoming. So that's why you can see the difference in tile leading into the living room. We have these very beautiful white tiles. They're glossy, reflective, so it really does make the space feel very, very bright.
Right.
And then we wanted to have this light element, this pendant light, which is actually quite beautiful. You can see it has that crystal feature, but
Beautiful.
the coolest thing about it, I have to say personally, is that you can kind of change the warmth of the light. So with every switch, It is absolutely gorgeous. I love that because it allows the client to change the ambience of a space quite easily.
Right.
And we've done that in multiple places in the house. I'll talk to you about that later. And then we just have this little mirror here. It's just one of those,
Check yourself as you come in, as you leave.
Yeah. And then we have the common bathroom over here, which is also so much detail. You can see there's another divide of the tile work.
Yes.
Just to make this place feel like its own space. Every room has to feel.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can immediately feel the change in, atmosphere when you walk in there.
Well, I mean, if I was a guest in this house, I would not mind spending time in this bathroom.
Yeah. So we can head on out.
Yep.
Yeah.
So this is nice. I mean, this is an entire space and experience on its own. So if I'm standing here, if I need to like just touch myself up, check myself out, maybe I could be leaving my keys here.
Yeah.
Pick up my stuff, whatever it is, and head out. This in and of itself is. It's almost like a mini room.
Yeah, it's its own experience. Everything that you're going to see we were able to do that in that way because the client gave us that freedom to do it. Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, so let's step into the living room. As I've said before, there was so much work that we did when it came to making sure that we created flow and we created an ambience of warmth. I always say this, living rooms need to feel warm and welcoming, and that was such a huge factor when it came to designing this living room.
First thing that catches my eye is there's obviously some nice storage here just before you get to the stairway, and then moving out into this area.
Yeah.
Maybe you can show me a little bit about what's happening there.
Okay, before we go, that one wasn't like that.
It wasn't like this?
It was not like that. We created that because we always think of wanting to give the client spaces where they can decorate themselves. That's why it's empty. Usually we'd put some pieces there, but we've chosen that area is one of the areas where the client will come in and choose the pieces that matter to them. We've just added a few vases just to make things beautiful.
Right.
You can go into the main space. You can see we've covered part of it with a carpet, but it still retains that element of warmth. The tile itself has that wood effect in that warm color, so that knocks it out of the park in terms of making any space feel warmer. And then the carpet, that texture, adding in something that feels a bit more fluffy, it's easy on the feet. Yeah, so it's just another addition that makes this space feel more complete and not too empty.
This is not actually wood, this is wood effect. This is actually tile.
Yeah, and that was intentional.
Right.
This is a household that has children.
I see.
And if you know anything about real wood, it's high maintenance. And you can imagine you would not want your kids playing anywhere near your real wood. So we went for the tile because it's easier to clean.
Yes.
The kids can just go wild. It doesn't really scratch easily. So that was very, very intentional.
Very nice. This really nice fireplace.
Yes.
Yes, it is a functional fireplace, guys. This is actually quite warm.
Yes.
Very nice with the wood feel, and it's a compact space, but it feels like you've got enough space to do what you need to do. You can host people here, and obviously the concept of the feeling of space is enhanced by the sheer depth of this ceiling to floor ratio.
We were thinking, we have that beautiful feature that we played around with the wainscoting, the hexagonal pattern.
I've never seen that before.
Yeah,
Very interesting.
it was one of those concepts that when you heard about it, you're like, how is that going to? And then they did it and you're like, oh my God, it is so amazing. And you can see some of those geometric elements you will see throughout the house. You can see on the curtains as well. We were able to put these in, and this was the perfect fit to make this overall space not feel too empty.
What comes out very clearly when I'm standing in this space is there's a deliberate use of the luxury element of gold.
Yes.
It's starting to come out, and not just in the fabric in the curtain, but also that wall feature over there. There are little touches, in some of the artwork.
Yeah. So this is the focal wall of this living room, obviously. And when we first came in, it was plain. So we came up with a concept of having these symmetrical display shelves on either side.
Right.
And the idea actually is not to fill them up all the way to the top because, as I said, we don't want anything too distracting to be there. So the lower portions spaces where I could easily see the client putting pictures of their family, but the top area is actually meant to just be left like that, just so that there is a balance on that wall.
Okay, very nice. I think as much as the client did want, was very specific. I want gold. I want antique.
Yeah.
As we've said, there has to be a nice balance, and so this is nice. The symmetry that is created there is nice, but I cannot ignore this incredible chandelier that's hanging above us.
I mean, what's the point of having these high walls and then having something that doesn't really accentuate them?
And that always raises the question, Cynthia. When you're working with an interior designer or a company such as Fine Urban Interiors.
Yeah.
How much leeway do you have when it comes to stuff like color choice?
I've mentioned that when it comes to that, we do try to fulfill the client's needs almost to a T. The reason I say almost to a T is because I am pretty sure if the client had their way, they'd have a whole gold wall.
Pretty much, yeah.
It's so easy for gold to go gaudy, tacky.
All of this has to blend in a tasteful way, and I guess that's where the interior designer comes in.
Yeah, so what we did for this client was like, we're gonna keep everything else muted. So that way, we're not filling the space with gold, but you will still pick up on it and enjoy it. So because it's not fighting with any other element in the house.
You cannot walk into this house and not pick up on this exquisite dining room.
Yes.
Where obviously all gold dreams are being fulfilled.
So we can head over. So the tile from the living room, this whole entire area has similar tile.
Right.
We will also have the carpet here so that we could really, really play around with those gold elements that you're seeing. Everything is decked out with gold.
Huge mirror effect that reflects more gold off. So you've got gold here and then it's bouncing off.
Yeah, it gives you the illusion of having more gold in the space without necessarily actually having more gold elements that would overwhelm it. Apart from all this beautiful gold, the contrast between the black, the white, it's just other things that we've done to make it stand out even more.
I like it.
Yeah.
And obviously, mirror adds to the size of the space.
Yeah.
It feels like you can move around because it's not cluttered. It is tastefully done. There's enough space to move around.
Exactly.
You've got this luxury, just
it feels
almost
luxe.
decadent.
Yeah.
Right?
We've given the client that sense of like, yes, I have that thing that I really love in my house.
Absolutely.
Right here in the dining room.
Yeah. There's this feature here, Cynthia.
So our client didn't want the super open plan kitchen, you know, because you would find a client who'd like, hey, let me have a breakfast bar here and then just take down everything. But they were like, no, I want a bit more privacy in my kitchen. So don't just put up a wall. Like, we're here to design the house and make it beautiful because you can see the open, the closed sections where you could display anything that you want, and it still creates that. You don't have like a direct line of sight into the kitchen, so it kind of does create, a
little bit of a distinction between spaces.
Exactly,
right?
Exactly. And then we have the section here that we left open on purpose because if you want to display some of your favorite wines, you could see it from your dining room, and that's just the perfect place to do that.
Well, I love this dining room. I love
too.
everything that's happening here. Obviously, the light feature here is lovely. The gypsum that comes around with more enhanced lighting just to make the gold element stand out more. I would say this is, for me, this is the standout area of this house.
I mean, it really, literally, as you walk in, this catches your eye immediately.
Beautiful.
I have to say my favorite part of this entire area, as much as I love the gold and everything, it has to be that broken mirror design because this one gives me like jewel vibes, like almost like a cut diamond.
Yes, with the...
Yeah, it gives me that, that vibe. So it just helps to make this area feel even more luxurious. There's one more space that I want to show you. Which is right back here. You might not know like there's even a door here. You can easily walk past it.
I thought this was a window, Cynthia.
No, it's actually a door that leads out into the backyard.
You're kidding me.
Nope. Here we go.
Look at that. Just when you thought the fun was over.
No, we've walked into a whole new world, technically.
This is incredible. So this looks like it is purposed for entertainment in case you want to do an outdoor event.
Yeah.
And this is, what is this, a fireplace? And
yeah, it's a fire pit.
A fire pit.
Yeah.
Sorry, not a fireplace, a fire pit. Tell me about what's happening here, Cynthia.
Yeah, so the thought process was we need a transition area between the grass and, you know, the seating area. So it's just like visual elements like that that just make the biggest difference in enjoying a space more. And you can see that applied even on the edges there. You know, we have the trees, but we have that white stone, just creating contrast against that green. It's just so many small elements that could be easily ignored, but make such an impact because we did choose to put them here.
Right.
Yeah.
So obviously here you can throw on a couple of cushions if you want to be a bit more comfortable.
Yeah.
And you've got a nice little area here, which is nice and green. You've got
Yeah.
your lawn, but as well, I see that there's a space here where if you throw on some cushions, you can also relax on this nice swing chair.
It's just relaxing to have that swing that we had. You can see we have the natural grass here. Obviously, this area had to be modified, but we still wanted to feel like it's still a part of the same environment. So we put in this carpet grass because it matters. Things like that really, really do matter.
And I see, you know, hints of gold as well.
Yeah,
Gotta have the gold.
It's continuing.
Gotta have the gold.
I've been saying this from the beginning of this tour.
Right.
Flow is important, and that was one of the things that we really, really focused on when we were working on this project. Yes, we've
Really,
managed
really
to
nice.
make this very functional. I still feel like it's a space where the kids can come and toss around a ball.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. So
So this was a drainage area.
yeah, so the water flows in through here. So it's still functional, but we kind of beautified it. So you can see we have those beautiful blue lights leading down. We have the white stone. So it just matches the overall vibe of the backyard.
Wow. Okay. So at least, yeah, I was gonna say, if you do have a townhouse, it's important that you have elements out of beauty outside where it's functional, but it's also nice to look at aesthetically. A townhouse is a townhouse because you've got open space
Yes,
on the outside
yes.
that you can enjoy, and it's your personal space. I would never have thought that you would be able to access it from that beautiful dining room. Maybe we can go and check out the rest of the house.
Yeah. So we can go and take a tour of the rest of the house. We can head upstairs. And from here on out, you're really going to start picking up on those antique features. Starting with a piece like this, it just adds, you know, something that feels a bit, you know, old world.
This actually looks like a clock that should be on a ship somewhere, like an old, you know, those old merchant ships.
Yeah, and it's nice contrast to everything feeling so modern. You can see all the wainscoting throughout.
My new word of the day, wainscoting.
Yeah, and we've laid it
Thank
around.
you for that, Cynthia.
You picked it up here when
Yes.
you walked in. On that wall, we have it as like a frame on that mirror, and all the way as we head upstairs as well.
This again, this is a nice touch, the gold.
Exactly, but you see it's not like perfect, like some of the other elements that you've seen. It feels a bit more worn, so it's more of like an antique gold type of feel. Yeah, so giving you the gold, we're giving you the antique in one feature, which is just perfect.
I love fine urban interiors and what they do with stairwells,
Yeah.
the staircase element, and I mean, like, just looking at this landing,
Yeah.
we've moved from a nice ebony black to this tile that we found right at the bottom.
Yeah,
You know?
creating that flow. That was
Very
one of the major things that we've done for this property. Adding elements like this wall hanging is like an old bicycle. You see it matches very well. We have this, you know.
And Mr. Man over here, you know, doing his thing, swinging along. You know?
I love features like these. They're kind of like quirky bits.
Yes.
Some of the features that we put in when it came into injecting that antique feel.
Tell me about these tiles.
Okay, so drastically different.
Right.
Still wooden, you know, has that wooden feel, but we wanted to create so much drama to create contrast with what you've seen downstairs. So this tile design was customized by Fine Urban Interiors
Very
because you see the lighter tile does not exist in that size. So we really had to cut them. We bought the tile in the original size and then cut them so we could create this amazing design.
To create this pattern.
Yeah.
So what's this room right now that we're in?
So this is like the family lounge. Right. So this is where you just come in, relax, and we've played around quite a bit in here. You can see that we've played around with many different elements, and that is why it was so important for us to keep the downstairs feeling more muted, more, so that when you came up here, totally different experience.
I see that. Like I said, downstairs, there's so much to take in with this space. It starts with, you wouldn't notice it, but there's a mirror right there.
Yeah.
It's not big, and it's something that you would ignore.
It's the small touches, really. Every time you see us putting a mirror, it is decorative, but it also serves the purpose of giving depth to a room.
Right.
We are always very conscious with any layout that we do for any of the rooms that we're doing to give people room to be able to move around. You don't want to clutter, but it's all about understanding, does it make sense in that room? And for the layout, will it obstruct any movement?
Let's talk about this area, Cynthia. Instead of having just a typical couch or an L-shaped couch, we've got 4 separate, distinct armchairs.
Yeah, I feel like this is better for this space to do with the layout first because it's easier to move these around. But also, I'm thinking this is one of the rooms where it's more conversational. It's more of a relaxed conversational area. So you want seats that are easily movable.
And we're not sacrificing anything because obviously the feel of these suede couch, of these suede armchairs is fantastic.
Yeah.
And you've not done the least, but you've gone the most with the ceiling effect. Cynthia, what are we doing here?
Okay, when I said that this is one of the spaces that we felt like we really wanted to bring that drama, that applies to the gypsum too. We've gone for one of these designs that is recessed, but then also has these cove lights. It's just a very interesting ceiling to look at, and also a very tricky one to perfect. I have to say, Fine Urban Interiors, when it comes to gypsum, the work we've been doing over the years, we have kind of perfected the art of gypsum because we're really able to play around with different shapes. Not only that, but really get them.
I was going to say, circular elements really add to the flow of energy. And what I've realized, because I wasn't quite sure why this couch was curved until I looked up and I realized, okay, hang on, there's a curve there and there's a curve there. So obviously it's working with the curve on the
those
couch.
elements play together. It just feels like it's all harmonious, but I can't quite put my finger on it. It's things like that.
Right.
Yeah, I have to mention, we've talked a lot about these seats. I cannot ignore the fact that these are also customized. We wanted to inject color, as I mentioned, and we thought the best way to do that is go out, pick the fabric, and really create the seats that we felt would fit this space the best.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. And you know, the fact that you've got your continued gold theme in the lighting and in some of these other areas on the fabric, on the curtain, with it's really amazing.
So you can see those elements are quite a number of them without being too obvious.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, there's a door there, there's a door there, and there's a door here.
Yeah.
What are these doors?
These are the kids' bedrooms.
What?
Yes, the house has kids, and we like to, customize kids' bedrooms to fit, their personality.
And and again, that that this area is the open area, is the common area in which the kids can come in and take a chill and relax and watch TV or do whatever it is that they need to do, and then go back into their respective spaces.
And it was important to make it beautiful. Any space that you create in anybody's property, you have to make them feel like they want to use it. So that was the point of customizing the seats, the cabinetry, creating this area here with the recessed lights for display. We've left this empty as well for the purpose
of photos and things like that.
Yeah, they get to
trophies.
Select so that this is like a space that they feel very personalized to their liking and a space they really enjoy being in. So do you want to check out the bedroom?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, so this is the first room. And I particularly like this one because I am a fan of Manchester United.
The minute I walked in here, I mean, I will admit this is a beautiful room. I mean,
Yes.
the bed is exquisite.
Yes.
I've never seen a bed with this kind of design before. This is amazing. Look at that. This is amazing. This feature again. This is the what did you call this?
Wainscoting.
Wainscoting. Yes, we've got this beautiful feature here. Nice mural. And again, look at this ceiling. Look at this chandelier. Everything is nice and purposed. I would imagine as a young kid or a boy, this would be, you know, a haven away from everybody else.
Yes.
Big natural windows to let in the light. But I will reserve my comments about the theme that I am seeing here. I must say,
It's beautiful artwork.
Very nice.
And I actually admire the choice to have it hand painted.
Of course, yeah. This is not wallpaper, guys.
Yeah.
This is actually hand painted, proper mural that has been done on this wall.
I think it just makes it feel more personal, just seeing the brush strokes.
For me, it's the bed. This bed is everything.
I'm jealous, and my bed is not this
This
big.
bed is amazing.
My bed is not
You know?
this big, yeah.
Yeah, and you know, I mean, guys, you're not here to feel this, but this is I don't know whether this is premium leather. I don't know what it is, but it feels amazing. It looks amazing. Well done. Really, really nice space.
Yeah, I feel like it's something they can grow up with because it's not very particular. And also, the gypsum. I said upstairs is where we wanted to really do the most and explore different designs. We tend to keep things very simple in a lot of our projects, but because in this one, we kind of had more leeway, we played around with the design, and you can see it came out very, very great.
Very nice.
And every room is an ensuite, actually.
Aha, so
Yeah.
we're talking about, you know, completely self-contained. We've got the oh wow, look at this.
Yeah.
Very nice, you know.
Yeah.
Full complement of shower, bathroom, nice big clear mirror.
Yeah.
I mean, this is really amazing. So all the rooms have.
Yeah, they have their own bathrooms. I think that's very clever, so that your kids feel like they have privacy from a very young age. And you can see even with the tile work.
I like the choice of tile. I like this.
Yeah, and it would have been overwhelming if it had been top to bottom.
But it's just enough.
having it like a strip in the center of the wall, you know, it's absolutely beautiful. We have, you know, all the fittings, just any amenities that a person would need in their bathroom.
Very nice.
Yeah. Every child has their own personality.
Right.
So we were really able to, you know, build their rooms around that. This is the other bedroom.
This is a much friendlier mural.
Yes.
Very nice. So I guess this looks like a younger kid.
Yeah, so of course you can tell from the theme. It's very kid friendly, very cute.
Yes. Again,
Yeah.
hand painted, not wallpaper or anything like that.
Yeah.
I like the gypsum effect. It's now
Yeah.
different from what we saw in the other room. It's a little bit more curved.
Yeah, it's like a yin and yang. Have you ever seen one of the circles, the yin and yang?
That's what it is.
No, it gives that vibe. I'm not sure if that was the vibe,
Well,
but
yeah.
it
We've got
gives
the hollow
that.
and the very nice.
Yeah, so I think overall, the design, the colors, very calming, very cute, which is important for a child to feel
Yeah,
like
I mean
they love
the
their
light
room.
feature just tells it all. It's the first
Yeah.
thing you notice when you come in.
Yeah, because, you know, we have the beautiful mural. The lighting fixture also has to give that vibe. But yeah, even the tile work, I think you may have noticed even in the other room, every room feels very, very
Different.
personalized. And we should go to the final room
Okay.
and take a look at that, because that one is also totally different. And here we are.
Yeah, I like this room. Immediately, it's not childlike. It seems mature. Even the colors on the wall, nice and nice palette tone there, and I like the duvet feel as well.
Yeah.
It matches the curtains. It's very mature colors, purple.
Yeah.
I really like this headrest. That feels nice as well. Feels really good. It has this like a bit of luxurious. Everything is like, okay, well, it's nice, and we're not trying to do too much, but then you know,
fine.
we're still luxurious. You know,
Yes.
clean ceilings, symmetry,
Symmetry is
just
very
nice and.
It's very appeasing, isn't
Yes,
it?
yes,
Walking into a room and immediately seeing symmetry, it's just like, yes, relax. I can
Have a
totally
right-
relax.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not here to think too much about, what's going on up here. It's just like, let me
Yeah.
take a breather and I'll go out and interact with the rest of the people.
Yeah.
Self-contained as well.
Yeah.
Nice bathroom.
You can see we went all out with the tile work. We went with something very, very geometrical, very eye-catching.
Yeah, and it carries on into the shower area as well.
Yeah, but I think it works because it still has ample light, so it doesn't feel crowded. We've played around with different, lighting in this room. Again, that mirror, yes, magic, beautiful,
Gotta
perfect.
do that, yeah. Right.
Yeah, but also you may have noticed in the room we do have the recessed lights there to highlight that wall because of that beautiful wall hanging that kind of creates that harmony with the one we saw right outside the door. And also we have, those two lamps on either side so that you don't have to have, you could have your side tables and have it back there, but sometimes it's just easier to create that room on top of the, you could have your books
Keep
on
more
that.
space, yeah, and if you're a guest, maybe that's where you want to put your bags or whatever it is.
Exactly, yeah.
Well, I love it. I'm still, like, there's so much to take in this house. And,
Exactly.
I don't know which is my favorite room, but obviously my mind is still harking back to the dining room.
Well, it is 3 floors. We're only on the second one.
All right.
So we're going to the third one, which says to be one of my favorite rooms in all the projects because I'm always stealing ideas. So we can head on up, back up on these beautiful dark stairs, heading to the master bedroom.
So the master bedroom is on the 3rd floor.
Yes,
It's the entire 3rd floor.
Yeah. So we really kind of.
First off, big wall with a big mirror.
Yes.
Yeah. That is, because standing over there, you get you get the feeling that there's so much going on up here. Even the acoustics.
So much.
Look at that ceiling. Are there speakers in there? Those look like speakers. It's this X design with a big, beautiful horse mural in the back.
Yeah.
Artwork over here. This is not a boring space at all.
There's no space that we wanted to leave to feel boring. What is the point of making each floor interesting? And then the transitions in between those floors are boring. It kind of takes you away from the mood. We want it to be like escalating and building as you go through the house.
Oh, for sure. Look at there's so much to look at. The lighting feature, the artwork, that amazing ceiling with a gypsum effect. I can't wait to see what the master bedroom looks like. If this is just the stairwell going up to the 3rd floor.
Yeah, it is quite amazing. But before we enter the master bedroom, we have yet another beautiful mural.
Right. Hand painted again, of course.
Yes, obviously it's something that they really enjoy.
And when you look at the effect of the large mirror over there together with this nice gypsum, there's so much space and depth in this space that I could actually just stand here and spend a couple of minutes just thinking about things before I go and do whatever it is, because this is a very calm space. Okay.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Welcome to the master bedroom.
Oh wow, look at this. This is an entire living room, Cynthia.
Yes.
This is an entire living room on its own. Amazing.
So we had a few things that we wanted to do immediately when we got here, because this whole entire space was just one huge space.
Right.
Yeah, so you can imagine it's almost the whole top floor is this one huge room, and we're like, no, we can do more with this space. We need to create, some sort of boundary so that we can have more than one function for this room.
So already I'm seeing that this is kind of like a lounge area. So there's a mini lounge situation going on here. Obviously there's going to be, that is a vanity area where you can have, your items if you want to, do your makeup or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And then there's this element here to just separate and partition.
That is the partition. So we didn't do a whole wall and have a small entryway because we still wanted to feel very open. There's that big beautiful window. We have another one here. We want that light to travel through the room, easily. So there's no need to put something very solid. So the easiest way of saying, hey, that's a different space. This is a different space. It's just adding something subtle that is also decorative.
I love the color choice in this room from the bedding. This bedding is exquisite. This is absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
To that bed and just
bed.
this bed. Oh my goodness.
It's something else. I love that tone, that color. It's beautiful.
Turquoise. Very nice. Naturally, we had to keep the gold going on.
Yeah.
Exquisite chandelier.
The gypsum is also circular. You were talking about the energies
The
flowing,
energy flowing,
having
yes.
that in the bedroom. I think it just continues that feeling of being very calm and just feeling good in the space that you're in.
I love that the couch it completes the partition. You've used the couch functionally as the partition together with the little partition element. Is that wood or gypsum?
It's gypsum.
That's really nice and clean and it gives a nice aesthetic. But for me, what gets me about this room is the color choice.
Yeah.
Very cool and tastefully done. The gold elements, the recessed lighting, and of course you've got these huge windows which are, letting in natural light.
But they're actually a door.
It's a sliding door.
Yeah, this room has a balcony that you can access. From
got it.
here.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, we'll be able to go in and check it out.
Very nice.
So you can see we have these beautiful white cabinets right here, customized especially to fit this room. They have their TV. Everything is just very nice and calm. But then that, strong color comes in the tile.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
For sure. Contrast, because
Yes.
contrast is what gives beauty to any space.
Yeah.
So you've got a darker tile than what we've been seeing in the rest of the
Yes,
house.
yes.
But then against this beautiful white finish that's all around us, it does create
works.
that.
The way we played around with the closet spaces, was by creating the boundary with the wardrobes themselves instead of having like a door to walk through as well.
Right.
Yeah, so just from where they start, you can immediately tell, okay, this is a different space, have enough room between the two sections to kind of open. Like it's easy to walk through,
Yes.
it's easy to access everything you need. It doesn't feel cramped. That just goes to show that sometimes you don't need a whole other room. You can just play around with the placement of cabinetry to still create that effect of feeling like, oh, this is a private space for me to get ready.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So the bathroom is right here.
Oh, look at this. I've never seen this before.
Yeah, that gold element.
This gold
isn't
element,
it?
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so that is just a nice way of also including that.
Nice large mirror as well. Customized
Yes, definitely.
wainscoting against the mirror. Beautifully done with the molding, very nice. And obviously you can tell that this is the master bedroom bathroom because of the sheer size of it. I mean, you've got this huge sliding compartment here to just separate the shower and the bathroom area, which again I noticed gold.
Gold.
You gotta have the gold everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure this client is going to be very pleased with the outcome because it's not too much, but it's in tasteful places. It's in the sink, it's in the shower. Very nice.
I'm pretty sure that they were happy. I can imagine walking in through, opening that door, and you're like, oh my God, my shower is gold. Or seeing this, and you're like, oh my God, those are those gold touches that I asked for.
Very nice.
Yeah, and this wall was also something that we had to completely transform because you can see these windows, they went all the way down.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, it did not feel very necessary. So we thought, how are we going to, retain just enough to function for this space while still creating something functional for this bathroom? And that's why we came up with this, another area where you could display your shower gel, your soaps, and those things that you need in the bathroom.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we can head out into the balcony now.
Yeah, and this room this floor has two balconies. There's the one that I can access through that sliding door.
Yes, yeah.
And then there's this other one.
Yeah.
That looks out into where?
No, it's just looking within the
Wow,
compound.
There's an actual space that leads us all the way to the compound.
Yes. So
Very,
over
very
here you can
nice.
just look at the goings on. We've included a small seating area.
Oh, very nice.
Come and bask in the sun,
When you're tired of enjoying yourself in the multiple places that you can enjoy yourself within your master bedroom.
Yeah.
Oh, and I see it goes all the way around to the other side.
Yeah, so it wraps around the bedroom.
Oh, wow, I've never seen that. Where you
Yeah.
have a fully
It's an easy path. You don't
easy
have
path
to
to
keep
go to
going.
the other side. You don't have to
Yeah.
go keep going in and out of the house.
Yeah.
This is really, really nice, Cynthia.
Yeah.
I've thoroughly enjoyed this house, you know, the fact that this is done in a townhouse
Yeah.
means that if you are watching this, guys, and you want to elevate your townhouse or your maisonette or anything like that, this gives you an idea of what fine urban interiors can create.
Exactly.
It's not just about standalone mansions and apartments, but this also is something that can happen within a gated community with similar houses. I mean, when you look
Yeah.
at this house, you can see everybody else has their own balcony and
Yeah.
everyone can kind of do and customize what they want. But what this house has shown me is that everything can be done according to your taste.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Take it into very high consideration. But I have to say, we do enjoy it when we're given more freedom to kind of explore and play around, because then it allows us to create spaces like this one.
Very, very nice. I see that also, you know, from the interior to the exterior, a lot of customization has been done. I'm already comparing, looking at this house compared to some of the other houses, and you can already tell that a lot has been done here. But it's
Yeah.
not loud, it's not shouting, it's
Yeah.
just tasteful and really nicely executed.
Yeah, I absolutely agree.
Thank you so much, Cynthia, for showing me around. As always, I love being around fine places and spaces. I've enjoyed myself. Thank you so much for everybody who's watched this, and looking forward to seeing you next time.
Yeah, I can't wait for the next time as well. We'll keep looking at these beautiful, beautiful reveals that we get to do. And thank you again for joining me.